All right, we're back. Oh, I needed to down that heat 'em up so fast. Oh, okay. Getting my bearings. Okay, here we go. I have a piece of chocolate. It's Hershey's dark chocolate, and then I have some. How you say that shit? Torbeline, Tor, tor, Torbalone, Tormalone. Who knows what it is? Thanks, Luna. Yeah, I finally got back to it. Dark chocolate is my fave. Yeah, it is mine as well. I love. Let me see if I could. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I went outside to go to walk across the street to the store to get just some tea. I got what they didn't have raspberries, so I got lemon. Some tea and like just something real quick to eat. And it started raining. I was like, no, come on, man. Stop. Stop it. Ah, just ridiculous. Yeah, no, I know. Thursdays was very fun, but holy hell, my thumb at the end felt broken. Yeah, I didn't see Thursdays, but I saw that you had streamed, and I was like, oh shit, I missed it. It's been so busy. Been on several projects going on, and then I have a big one at work that's just taking all of my like I haven't even been in Twitch really lurking if I am because I can't like I'm constantly moving around or I have to go like I have to be in sensitive areas and like I wanna interact like I normally do when I'm at work, but like I can't even stop what I'm doing. I need all hands on deck as it were because I need all my fingers for what I'm doing. Yeah. 6 hours of Street Fighter will do that to you, shit. Hell yeah, I know it. Chocolate. It's so good. I know it. You are always doing something, never a dull moment. I know. But who will stop the rain? Yeah, who will? It stopped, but I feel the weather's always like, yeah, yeah. So just kidding. No, no, I'm serious. No, it's like, I can't deal with it. I, listen, I only have one piece of that. I'll give you a piece of this. I have two pieces left. Black, I got two pieces left of this turbalone, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't remember. You know the one. It's the yellow box with the red letters. Toblerone? Toblerone. I originally planned for an additional hour, but I just couldn't. My thumbs hurt so much. My my brain was so fried. Didn't even realize I was muted for the industry. Oh my god, Shalier. I understand. The last stream I had, I was playing. It wasn't my stream actually. It was Flamingo's stream, and we were playing with my low level character. And oh no, wait, it was my stream. It was my stream. So he leaves. No, no, it wasn't him. It was a stream before that. That's what it was. Yukon had to go to Mendez's stream, and I was like, okay. So I was playing with Yukon, right? And I muted so that I like the raid stuff wouldn't be weird because like, loud because my headphones died and I it was gonna play on my phone. So I said I'll be right back with shenanigans, ta-da. And then I came back, totally forgot to unmute the mic, and for the last 40 minutes I was muted. So bad. What a rookie move, man. Tolo Toblerone. Toblerone? That doesn't even. My tongue is having a problem with that one. Did I say chocolate toes? Yes, let's go with that. I have a chocolate toe here for you. You want it? You want a chocolate toe? Tubalone. Absolute travesty. Toblerone is shaped like feet. Chalier. They're not. They're shaped like little pizza. No, they're actually like pyramids, like a almost a semi-flat pyramid. I won this chocolate actually at a demonstration for like resistance or pressure or something. I was doing something. I had to squeeze an egg, and the pressure from my hand was supposed to make it the meter go up a certain. It's like kind of like the carnival, hammer hit the bing, shoot it up, get a prize kind of thing. What are those called? Those things. Mm. It's still good. It's a little melty, but it's still good. And I know it has something in it. I don't know what is it. Hazelnuts, Shabiri grapes. So there's something in here. I don't know what it is. They're little mountains. That's what it is. Mountains with eyes, Julius. If the hills have eyes, what do the mountains have? That's the question we should be asking ourselves. So good. It's so good that I hit the mic. There's probably chocolate at my mouth now. But yeah, we need to know what that is. We need to know. Chocolate with hazelnut is amazing. Dark chocolate is the best. And chocolate with peanut butter. See, okay. So we're gonna get off Elden Ring real quick and talk about chocolate because it is in the forefront of everyone's mind now, thanks to me. You're welcome. I can't really deal with peanut butter. Like, I'm not allergic. I just don't like it because I had so many peanut butter jelly sandwiches as a kid and like kindergarten and shit that like I can't. Like that was the easiest thing. And when you're poor, that's the easiest thing to do. So the only peanut butter that I can eat, like that I can tolerate, is Reese's Pieces Buttercups. Like that, always love it. And I don't like caramel, but the only caramel that I can tolerate is a Twix. Delicious. Oh my god, I could devour so many little Twix. That's so good. Egg squeezer test. Yep. It was like an egg. It was a see-through egg with a sensor embedded into it. It's made out of plexiglass. I want chocolate now. Yeah, you Luna, I know. I have cookies and cream brownies. Not what I thought. Cookies and cream. I don't like that stuff. If the hills have eyes, the mountains, well, they might not be PG. Yeah, that's true. You know what? I see where you're going with that, Nicholas. I see it. I got you. And I would have to agree. I get it. I had to take a break from the PB&J for a long ass time for the same reason. Yeah, man. I mean, like, I don't really like grape jelly. I'll tolerate jam. I love strawberry anything. Like, give it to me. I like whenever they do my breakfast around the corner. They toast me an English muffin. They're like, "What kind of jelly will you like?" And they have the Smuckers, And they're like, "What kind of jelly?" I said the red one, just so they can't fuck it up, because you could say strawberry, but they'll hear grape. I don't know why. And what happens in the I don't know what happens in the translation there, but if I say red, it seems that colors work best. It's a chocolate brownie with a thin layer of Oreo filling on it. Top. A chocolate brownie with a thin layer. Okay. I don't like the filling, but okay, you had me with chocolate brownie. Food aversion through overexposure consumption is real. Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. I've had to backpedal away from a few things when I just was like, I was like, it's my favorite thing ever, and then I got fixated on it, and I'm like, I don't want to play this out. It's like a song, just like, don't keep eating the same shit. Like I honestly fucking hate pizza now. No, I love it, but I can't. I have to change my. I have to shift over to my spring diet. Into summer. So like, not just exercise now and working out. Like it's got to be. I have to shift gears in what I eat because it's gonna get hotter. I'm not as active at work as I used to be, so I'm sitting down a lot, so I'm not active. I'm only active after when I take the dog to the park or we go down the street and run around. Commander Man Cam bought a RC car, so he could like, drive it around and Bismarck could chase it. Oh, it's funny. It's so funny. It's so great. I love that toy. Hello, anime agent. What's up? We're talking about chocolate. We're taking a little bit of a break from Elden Ring and talking about chocolate. So I mean, depending on what you think about chocolate, you're just in time. Welcome in, Elden Ring. Oh, you was playing Elden Ring? Dope, 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 dope. Let's see. What are the mountains? A lot of eyes. Just creepy to imagine. Yeah, Linguist. I know. It's kind of it is kind of creepy. Luna, I have this problem in life where I'll be obsessed with something until I completely tired of it. Yeah. So like I do that with food. My daughter is the same way. Same. I do not like grape jam jelly. Exactly. Right. Be like anything but grape, please. See, I like grape. I just don't I I can't. It just I. It seems like something's missing, and that something is peanut butter, and I don't want it. So it's like it affects the jam thing. It just. I'm like that with slices of cheddar. Mm. Black says, I can't eat it on a cold sandwich or grilled cheese. I can't imagine if it's on a cheeseburger, but I'm grossed out from it. It took me a long time to get into cheddar. It took me years to get into Swiss, but like I had a job as working in a deli. I was making sandwiches, and I was really good, and I was very fast. And I'd always like doctor them up and ask them, "You want this? You want that?" Because we had all that stuff, but like people would just like, "Yeah, make me a sandwich," and the further north you go from New York City, the more bland the food gets, unless you have somebody that like is from somewhere else or knows what the fuck they're doing in the kitchen. And the deli is no different. Like how sandwiches are made here baffles my fucking mind because I'm like, your taste order is fucked with this. How the sandwich is built, it should be the other way around. So when I would constantly like rearrange my sandwiches, piss off, getting a big sandwich and having like everything in the wrong fucking order, than what my palate's used to because I'm used to like tasting like bread, meat instantly after that first bite of bread. Then anything else on top of that meat, like cheese, tomato if there's tomato, lettuce, any fixings. There's an order to how it's supposed to make you go, mmm. And if you fuck with that order, that's not the sound that you make when you bite into the sandwich or whatever it is that it's just, it's different up here. Like here, perfect example. I did not know this because I'm from New York City, but when I moved to even outside of New York City, even like Middletown, Goshen, Warwick, Chester area, Monroe, all that, that they don't do the, at least not to my knowledge. When I was down there, they didn't do this, but I came up here to Western New York, and in their McDonald's, they put mustard and ketchup on the burgers. And I'm like, I don't understand where you got that. I've never. It's one or the other. You don't put both of those. You put one or the other on a burger. Like it. I don't like ketchup. I like mustard. I'm a mustard fan, but I usually reserve that for like, hot dogs. So, or I make a salad dressing out of mustard. It's really good. Mustard, lemon juice, freshly squeezed lemon. I don't use lemon juice from the store. But um it just blew my mind. I was like, what the fuck did I just bite into? What is that taste? What am I tasting? And I open it and I'm like, ketchup and mustard? What the fuck? Like, since when? I'm in the same state, for fuck's sake. Like, why? Why is this? I'm gonna catch up with you. I have to request every time I go to McDonald's, which is very rare. Um, no ketchup and no mustard, and I don't eat onions because I can't. But so I always do that. But like now I have to add this on it. So now there's nothing on it except the fuck. I thought like, can you give me extra pickles? And like that somehow is a fucking problem. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, Twix, yum. Yes. Yes. Luna. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Mm-mm-mm. Oh no. Okay, so my chat jumped off. That's weird. Cheddar. That's where we left off. I work at a pizza place, so like, yeah, I know, Shalia. That's the thing. It's like, unless you can make other shit aside from pizza. See, if I worked at a pizza place, I always thought that I would like experiment with like, yo, check this out. Because like I know people in New York City who worked in pizzerias that were like, yo, when on our downtime, the boss lets us make our own shit, and then he'll let us, give it to him to taste, and he likes it. We can make it for the day, and if we sell all of it, he'll put it on the menu. I was like, that's so dope, because I've had so many different kinds of pizzas that blew my mind, and I was like, I would have never thought. But there they are, and even if they don't like, it's called a pizza because of how it's made on the pie, whatever. But like, you got shit that I've never thought of, like, that's on a pizza. Oh my god. It just blew my mind. Growing up, Luna says, we also had Kraft mac and cheese. That's the only. Okay, so you bring up a good point. Before I read more, I'm gonna say this. That is the only macaroni and cheese I can eat. I can't eat anything else. Tonight we're going to a place. Rake and Cabana Man Cam and myself are going to a place. I'm the designated driver because they're drinking. We're going to a place famous for their mac and cheese because they want to have slamming mac and cheese, and I could give two shits about it. But I'm going because I'm the designated driver. And we also, I had the forethought to go like, okay, I just found out. I just found out about this morning, and then I'm like, all right, so we need to look at a menu because I need to know what I can eat. They don't just serve bar food, right? And he's like, no, it's a restaurant. And I was like, okay, so we're just going to a restaurant and having dinner with our friend, and you guys want mac and cheese and drinks. So there'll be a parking lot, correct? And he's like, yeah, should be. I'm like, okay, good. Like, this is sounding better and better because I hate the thing about bars is there's never a fucking parking lot unless you're like on the corner somewhere or by a gas station. And having a bar next to a gas station is like, it's like having a hospital next to where you go bungee jumping. It's like, it makes sense, but it doesn't give a good sign for one of those fucking businesses. Like, it doesn't look good. So, let's see. Okay, so yes, mac and cheese and hot dogs every day because my mom worked nights and my dad didn't know how to cook, and so I hated that for years. Oh my god, yeah, like mayonnaise sandwiches. Ugh. I was a butcher, Black says, and food prep constantly cooked by stray away from cheddar unless it's melted on a burger or chili cheese. I got you. There is a thing to be said about cheese, and a lot of people don't know. It's kind of like wine and cheese. That's why they have like when I went to Ireland, their dessert menu doesn't just consist of pastries and cookies and cupcakes. It's a cheese spread or breads with jelly and jam and like other kinds of spreads you've never heard of. So me and my ex that we were there, we got she got the dessert and I got the cheese board, the charcuterie. It was cheese. They didn't have meat. It was just cheese and jam spreads. And after she was done with her stuff, she 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 went and I was like, "Hey, some of this I don't like that. You can have." And she's like, "Man, these jams are amazing." So they had a whole sheet of what was on there just in case like maybe you could be allergic to something, whatever. And they were like these exquisite fucking imported jams and jellies, and I was like, "Damn, just on a just a cheese. This was dessert." I was like, "Man, we need this in the States, man." I love this. This is so cool. You go to get dessert somewhere and it's like, all right, what kind of artery we're clogging, But this was like, oh, okay, nice. But the thing about it is they have these special knives, right? Getting back to the cheese board for cheese, and like my ex, the secret to cheese and experience its experiencing its flavor is to cut it thin. The thicker the cheese is, the more the flavor gets lost. Yes, you have more of it, but you have to consume more of it to find that one flavor of the cheese. Whereas if you cut it thin, it's dispersed throughout that whole slice. Every slice of that cheese is going to taste in the same intensity as, of the flavor of the cheese. Whereas the thicker the cheese, it gets lost in the volume, believe it or not. It's wild. And that's why, like you let like the cheese will taste different when it's oxidized, and there's a midway point. When I used to have to do this for serving wine and liquor, mostly wine and like other specialty spirits, but you have to cut the cheese thin. One, because you don't want it to run out fast, but two, because of the flavor. Oh, the meat's thin, everything thin, so the flavor pops and you're not chasing it in your mouth. This is what I was taught. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like wine, you have to let it breathe, average 20 minutes to a half an hour. So if you have people coming over and you're going to have wine, pop that shit open. It doesn't matter if it could be sitting for an hour. It's not going to hurt anything. But if you cut it short, it hasn't oxidized, it hasn't had a chance to breathe. And like when I used to host parties, I used to go over and twirl it a little bit and then let it sit. But I had open it like an hour, 45 minutes before anybody came over, because usually when people come over, they're like, "Hey, how you doing? Take your coat. Da, 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 da. Oh, would you like a third drink?" "Yeah, sure." Like that's the first fucking thing that happens. And when you're hosting professionally, you have to keep, you kind of see you kind of read people, how they're interacting with the things around them, not just the people, but like the setup, what they're touching, what they're gravitating towards. People are eating all of this and none of that. I wonder why. Okay, but you're everything. Like you're the host, you're the this, you're the that. Like I had one person helping me to bring food out, and the rest I had to do: cutting cheese, talking to people, engaging, all at the same time, serving wine, serving spirits. And you notice, like, what the majority of people are gravitating to and why they're gravitating to it, because they come and tell you, "Oh, this is great. Where is this?" They have questions now. You're engaging in conversation. The biggest reason to have food buy something like this is to engage with the people that you're serving for whatever event that you're doing. Like that's been like that since air. Like that's how you do it. So that kind of skill, kind of stays with you, especially if you're someone who's hyper aware of their surroundings. That being said, with tastes, the more people know about something in regards to maybe the preparation of something, kind of opens your mind up, hopefully, to wanting to experience that. For instance, perfect example of what I'm saying. In Latin culture, uh, predominantly Spanish speaking Latin culture, there's a dish called blood sausage or molcia, and it's prepared a certain way. They know how to do it. Blah 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 blah. Right? It's delicious. I fucking love it. When I was a kid, I didn't like it because I was like, ew, this is gross and it's black. And I mean, it's black. It's like the only food I know that's like black. And I finally got a taste for it later, years later, at a gig my dad and I were playing. They had it, and this lady made it like she was cooking she cooked for the musician, and it was fantastic. And I was like, oh my god, I'm so glad I decided to try this time because I didn't want to be rude. It was out of not wanting to be rude, and it paid off, you know. So years later, I move up here. I meet my wife, you know, and she's like, oh, you know, in Czech culture, we also have something called blood sausage. And I was like, really? She made it for me. It's delicious. Totally different. It's the same parts, but it's prepared totally different. It's prepared in a totally different way. And it's seasoned totally different. Everything, it's totally different. It's cooked totally different, but it has the same name. And that's the thing, is like how you prepare something. Someone may have said, oh, I don't like blood sausage. I had it once and it was like this. I'm like, well, what kind did you have? And then they're stumped. They're like, there's more than one. You know, just like if you have duck or if you have any other meal, there are different ways to prepare different, like the shrimp, fish. There are different ways. There are people, perfect example, red snapper fish prepared predominantly, depending on what culture you are talking about, will be spicy. It will be hot. It will be like the kind of heat that makes your nose run. And it's prepared, you know, in a soul food kind of way. This is soul food preparation. Where I have had red snapper prepared by Puerto Ricans, totally different, tastes delicious. It's not hot. It's delicious, but they have their own style of seasoning it, but it's a red snapper. So when people more often than not will have this experience where they go to a restaurant and they have this meal and they go, wow, this was good or bad. And then they're like, oh, I don't know if I like this. Instead of thinking, well, it may have been just because it was here in this restaurant. That's how they prepare it. Let me not close my mind to it and try it another way. I wanted that fucking job where that guy flew around the world trying food from other countries. That's the job. That was my dream job. It's like, fuck being an astronaut, because that's not going to happen. Let me instead do this. But no, that didn't happen. I would try everything. Like, I remember the one episode, there was something he wouldn't try, and I was like, okay, I wouldn't try that. But everything else that he wouldn't try, I was like, oh, man, come on. I would have tried that. Stop. They're paying you to try that shit. All right, let me see. Let me catch up with chat. Butcher. I thought it was normal. Luna. Ketchup and mustard go together, but of course you can just have one or the other. No. I've never not seen both together. What? Are you where? What? Really? Get the fuck out of here. Really? That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, Shalir. Oh, I make super weird shit as much as I can. Yes, dude. Hambo. Hello. Sorry, I missed you. I got you, buddy. I got you. Welcome in. Happy Saturday. We took a detour from Elden Ring, and we're just talking about fucking food now, which is fine. I don't care. I've been having fun. As long as we have fun, right? That's what it's all about. Oh, thank you, Luna. You did get him. I didn't even read past that. I want to go to Ireland. Oh, Luna is amazing. I flew into Shannon Airport, which is like in the middle of Ireland, and went to Tralee. Stayed at an Airbnb. No, where did we stay at? No, they had an Airbnb there, but we didn't stay. We stayed somewhere. I don't even know. I could have been a castle. I don't know. There was a lot going on. But we hung out in this pub No, we had a hotel room. Now it's coming back to me. We hung out in this pub that was called Chez O's, which is like Gaelic for Little John. I don't know how it was. Oh my god, I hit a button. Stop it. Um, and it was fantastic. They had a fireplace at the bar. Like you sit at the bar, you turn around. There's a fireplace right there. It was so. Oh my god, it was such a quaint little rustic small pub with a long back. Like they went on forever, kind of like in New Orleans where like the houses look small but then you go into them and they go all the way to the other side of the block. Like they just go on forever. It was kind of like that. Yeah, it was fantastic. I want to go for the Tralee Festival. That's what it's called, Tralee Festival. It is in August, and it's like all the street vendors, everyone who's anyone is out in the streets, like playing music. Like they shut down parts of Ireland, which is like, honestly, let me tell you, driving in Ireland, that's crazy. Like it's not that it's crazy because you're driving on the opposite side of the road. That's not it. It's not crazy that you're sitting in the car and the wheels on it. That's fine. I was fine with that. The crazy part is that the fucking roads are so narrow. Like there's one direction. If a car is coming from the other direction, that's a problem. And in Ireland, they drive pretty fast. But what I loved about being on the highway in Ireland was that you would see your sign for your exit, and it would say in X amount of kilometers, right? And like, oh, it's coming up. But they also had these signs that were blue and white, blue background with blue, right, with white. And they had 3 tick marks. Maybe it started off with 5. I don't remember. I think it was 3, 2, 1. It would count down. The tick marks were letting you know that your exit was coming up. So like we'd see the tick mark because after a while I'm like, what are those? And I'm starting to pay attention, going, okay, it's either 4, 3, 2, 1 or 3, 2, 1. But you could see them counting down, and that must be like miles. The tick marks must be how many miles left to the exit. And I thought that was genius. Instead of having some shit just jump up on you. Like I know it says here, I know we have exit whatever in whatever miles, but the tick marks, what, like the last tick mark would be there, and then like I think the exit was like within like a moment. Like it was like, oh, here's your last tick mark, and then you saw the sign for the exit. So like you can see, it was just, I really enjoyed it because we only got lost once, and that was because of a roundabout. It wasn't even like highway to little narrow road driving. It was a different thing altogether. And we only were lost for like, I think a half an hour, 40 minutes, maybe tops, before we found that's when we were driving out to the castle. Oh my God, that thing, it was so far. Like the road that met to the main road that you turned down was like forever till you actually got to the castle. Like it was like you could see the road. I'm like, dude, at daytime this must look crazy, but at night it was creepy. The whole road was lit up by these like round orb lights. It was so fucking amazing. Yeah, Luna, go to Ireland. If we got to make some plans so we can go to the Tralee Festival. I really want to go back to Ireland, and I want to do it for that. I want to go to that festival. Okay, that's awesome. What kind of artery are we clogging? One of them. I want to clog my arteries. Cutting cheese real thin. Black, I'm telling you, cheese real thin. You can't beat it. Can't beat it. Next time you go, take me. I will. Was it a captain exit? It was. I'm desperately want to go to Ireland. Shalir. Okay, we got a list of people. Luna, Shalir, Nick, you coming? We gotta kidnap Nick. But yes. That being said, I'm gonna take a hit of this safety quote here, and group trip to Ireland. Yes. Neo, not Nick. See, every time I see his name, I just go Nicholas because it just looks like that to me. It's just so fast. It just goes boom, 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 boom. So when last I was talking about Elden Ring before we got sidetracked to chocolate and other delicious things, and things that we don't eat, the things we just don't like anymore. I'm going to Ireland. Yes, you are. Oh no, I wasn't correcting you. I was adding him to the list. Oh, okay, good. Yes. You're going to Ireland with us. Okay. Look, we got a good list going. We can afford this. Black, you coming? No. Don't worry about it. If we're going to Tralee, I got the hookup. I know how to get there. I don't want to take nothing over there. I'll get it while I'm there. This is how sharp your homegirl is. On the plane, I made sure I had made my contact connect for when we landed in Ireland so that I would make sure I had what I needed. Because I don't know nobody there. Now I do, but I didn't know nobody there before. That's an important question. Yeah, man. It is, right? Yeah. Uh-huh. I had to make sure. I was like, fuck, I can't, And that was before, like, vapes and stuff. Like, now we don't even have to worry about it. We just pack a bunch of these little fucking safety quills right in our, check-in luggage. It's done, Just wrap it up, put it in a gift. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I've smuggled a bunch of different kinds of shit on planes before all this madness happened, like before and after 9/11. Like I didn't, you just have to be smart about it. And the thing is like everybody's freaked out by the technology. And I'm like, I was able to take on my carry-on for 7 plane trips after 9/11 with a tweaker. And a tweaker is just a very small screwdriver. And my tweaker was very sharp. And I carried that. And it wasn't until my return flight back to New York City finally from all this hopping around. I had to go to New York City to California to Hawaii, back to California, back. But there's also another, you got to go from Hawaii to Maui, which is a 40-minute flight. So like 7 flights later, somebody checks and says, "What's this?" And I'm like, "Oh man, that's my tweaker. I use that for work." He's like, "Oh, for work?" I go, "Yeah, I'm a technician. You use it to, little screws and stuff." He goes, "Oh yeah, like in the computer." I'm like, right. And he goes, "Oh, okay. Well, it's within the legal limit. So here, I'll give it back to you." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "What's not the legal limit?" He's like, "This big." And I'm like, "Okay." And I took my thing. I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, that's the response. Like, it's 7. That was my carry-on bag. No one said shit until that guy on my way from fucking California airport, LAX, all the way back to was it LaGuardia? No, we flew out of JFK. Yeah, JFK. What? I have a ton of family there. Where? Hawaii? California? Ireland? Where are we talking about? Ireland? Oh, Luna, let's go. Okay, listen. So I'll drive. I'll be the driver in Ireland for us. It it does get confusing unless someone else has already had experience with driving on the opposite side of the road. I'll drive because, like, even their roundabouts are a little weird. Like, they work the same, but they get really pissed if you're lost, just stay in the inside and keep circling around, or get on the outside, get out, find your bearings, and get back in. But like, I heard the complaints from the Irish at the bars about, people who like they circle around the outside when people are trying to get in and they can't go where they're going because this person's lost and they see them just circling around and around. Just get out. I'm like, good piece of advice. Thank you for letting me know. And they call them fried eggs there. So if someone's talking about, oh yeah, you take a left at the fried egg, that's what they're talking about. So, Night Rain's coming out. Let's switch back to. We'll get back to Fair Missoula and the night people, and Shaleer is here. And I would love to talk to Shaleer, pick Shaleer's brain about one, her very awesome time travel theory with Mikula, but two, what she thinks about all the new leading kind of collectives about it. Can I please drive? Being a passenger when the driver is American is in a foreign country says me. Yeah, surely you can drive. It's fine. I'm also American, but I guess that's the American in me saying, oh no, I can definitely do it the best. Surely you can drive. I drive. Everyone will tell you, Rake, Cabana Man Cam, Artie. I drive like I'm piloting a spaceship or a shuttle. Like I'm very fast in and out, bob and weave, But you can't kind of do that in Ireland because the fucking roads are so narrow. I can't stress this enough. Like we were going down a back, like a main road. It couldn't have been a back road. The houses on either side, but they're so close. They have these little indented cement walls behind these ancient stone walls that trees are growing through and up. Okay, they have these little like areas where it's a recess and there's a gate and then you can go into the property. Those recesses are for you to be able to turn around. Those are 2-lane roads that do not have room for 2 cars to go down. And I found this out late at night. I wasn't driving. My ex was driving. And, like, we're going down. We got our high beams on because it's literally, there's no lights. There's no kind of outside lights. No sort of, light poles, nothing like that. It's all dark and noise of the nature and stones and trees and crickets and sheep, and that's it. But we see this fucking car headlights coming at us, and I'm like, where do we go? So we like just pulled over and they just kept going. And I'm like, either we're going the wrong way, but the GPS is telling us to go this way, or this is a 2-lane, a 2-way road. Like, what the fuck? Couldn't believe it. And then, but after that, it was smooth sailing. Like the driving there's on the highway though, they go fast. They do not, the speed limit. What the fuck is that? Like we're doing like 5, 10 above the speed limit, kind of like I do here. And they're going past us. They're beeping at us. I'm like, yo, it says these kilometers. I'm reading the kilometer. I promise you. I'm reading the kilometer for the speed gauge. I'm not looking at miles per hour. I'm looking at kilometers per hour. I'm doing 80, and you guys are doing like fucking 100. It says 80. I'm doing 85. I'm 90. I'm like, oh my God. These people fly. But their cars are also made different. Most of them run on diesel, which is cheaper out there than regular gas, which here is like, for a long time, is like the opposite. And in some places it still is. But like their cars, like they have like regular looking cars like us, and then they have these cars that look smushed. They look like bread boxes. They look like little lunch boxes that kids take to school, like trucks and vehicles. There was a construction, and the construction vehicles, they all look like boxes. They were recessed, one big tire, right? So on one side is a huge tire, and then there's regular sized tires in the back. And I was like, what am I looking at? Are these Tonka trucks? But like big scale. Like these are like grown up Tonka trucks. Like what am I? What is this? Who built this fucking truck? We don't have anything like that in the States at all. At all. Blah, 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 blah. Takes me 2 streets to get the feeling of a vehicle effectively down. I hate that I'm really good at driving, but I don't own a car. Oh, we'll get your car. It's a two-way almost certainty. Certainly, just gotta pull to the side a little. Yeah, love the squash trucks. Europeans have Tonka trucks. Girl, check out Slate Trucks. Oh my God, Slate Trucks. All right. Send me that in Discord. I'll forget. I'm going to grab one when they hit release. A Slate truck? Okay. So they're not out yet. Okay, I got to look up a Slate truck. I can't do that now, but I will. Yeah, thank you. Then I'll be like, oh my God, a Slate truck. I know what it is. And then I'll post it so everyone knows. So Shalir, real quick before I kick into the Night Rain discussion, will you be playing Night Rain? Are you going to play it when it comes out May 30th? I'm just curious. I'm going to be playing it early in the morning before work, like I said, and then after I get out of work, I'll take care of Bismarck and feed the cat, and then I'm just going to be in there for the rest of the weekend. On release, yeah, it's gonna stream that shit. Hell yeah, I'm taking the day off. Nice. I cannot take the day off, or I would, but I can't. I took days off to play the network test, and my birthday, and then I got sick. So, I lost a lot of time. So I don't have PTO for it, but I'm going to play it at like 4 a.m. I'm already going to be ready to go. I'm going to get up at 3, get my shit ready, get dressed, get all my stuff ready, get myself ready for work. Then I'm going to go sit down in my fucking captain's chair and play that shit. I don't know if I'll stream it or not, but I got to like stop and be out of the house by 6 a.m. So that gives me 2 hours to fuck around and then go to work. And then all day at work think about, well, I can't wait to get back home to play this game. 3:30, clock out, boom, get my car in 20 minutes. Be home, deal with the dog, get myself a safety meeting real quick at 4:20, and then I'm gonna hop on and just that's it. That is it. I'm gonna be in Limveld. Let's see if I can get to day 3. I did not get to day 3 in the network test. I tried for 2 days. I got to day 2 several times. I don't remember how many times. At first, I was in day 1, like, oh shit, I think maybe 3 bosses I fought in day 1, and then the 3rd time was the charm. We did it. And they were different. Like, I got to see several different bosses. I only fought a few twice, like the Draconic and something else. Oh, that big ass nasty thing. I can't remember what it's called, with the big mouth and parts of it come off. I can't remember. But there were the demi-human. Yeah, there were a few. So like I don't know what. I know there are different bosses for night 3, but it's random. And I don't know if there was one that was different for the network test, or they kept the same one just for the network test, not to spoil anymore. But it was fun. Like, my tactic was to kill the first boss I saw. Usually it was that Crucible Knight in the beginning, and then get my ass into a cave with at least one other person to kill shit, grab smithing stones, and get the fuck out. And there wasn't a lot in the caves, which I thought was interesting, because I'm like, well, if the fire is sweeping through and you're underground, it can't hurt you, but then you can't get to the destination without taking damage. So I kind of kept switching up my tactic to reflect me having a stronger weapon. So I was able to, upgrade my weapon and myself. I think the highest level weapon I had was like +5 or plus, like somewhere in there. Like I got it high and I leveled up pretty fast just because I was able to kill a lot of low level enemies with people faster to get runes, find a merchant that's they put the smithing hammer right there so that you can just upgrade while you're talking to the merchant and buy. I spent runes on the smithing stones every time I saw a merchant and I didn't have enough. I'd just go find something to kill real quick and then get that stone and move on. But a lot of people, going underground didn't always work. It was not always the same. There were treasure chests underground. I did find a few of those. I didn't find any illusionary walls. I don't know if that's even a thing in this game, to take the time to hit a wall to fucking, see if there's anything there, because everything's go, go, go. The biggest problem I had with the network test was knowing which direction I needed to flee to because of the fire. Like there were times where I just let it kill me because I couldn't scale a wall. I was not in a place to do it. And it's fine, but I don't want to fucking die and then lose my runes outside the ring and now I can't get them because I couldn't escape the fire, which is the easiest thing for you to do because there's a gong. It tells you it's coming. It pops up on the screen. You can see it. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was the only thing where I was like, this is going to be a pain in the ass. But everything else was so fun. The only person I didn't play with I didn't play with the Duchess and I didn't play with the Recluse. I played with the other two characters. I really like them. I'm not one for a squishy character. I'm not good at playing with squish. I take hits, man. I get hit. I get hit. I get hit. But the character that I am eager to play with is the only one that hasn't had a featurette, unless it's coming out like this week. Is the Executioner, is the Sekiro style where you have to. That's more my speed. I love the rhythm games. I love Sekiro. Any game where I have to like quick block, and parry is different from quick blocking. You can quick block and then do what they implemented in Elden Ring, whereas you have the R2, you have the counter strike or whatever it's called, or the guard counter or whatever, and you can do that. Like different games have had different variations of the same kind of techniques, the dodge and the block. If you could dodge fast, you can build this up and then do a special attack. If you could block fast, you could, my problem is parrying. I'm terrible. That's why I'm doing the parry practice, because I'm like, all right, I'm not going to leave Limgrave with my lore character who I'm trying to turn into a PvP character at some point, my first PvP character, until I can beat the last two bosses, like like Agheel and the Crucible Knight. Like that's the only two I have. We already took out the Nightbird, and this is all in Limgrave. Like I played so little and did so much because it's like finally I got into the groove, and then I hit a wall with that Crucible Knight because I was like, okay, here's the part where either you have a beefy weapon and you know how to move and dodge, or you can parry. Hitting a Crucible Knight head on is always bad. It's bad unless you're fucking, you got some gimmickry. My dude is level 24 with a melted face and light, the language of light written on his forehead is melting down. It's so cool. I'm really proud of that character. It took me an hour and change to build that fucking character, but it was worth it. I did it. It was very, very much worth it. What's up, Detroit? Yo, thanks for the lurk, homie. Let me get up. I gotta hit the button first. Let me give you a shout out. And then Detroit has us with the lurk. Let's see what she was playing. Let's see. Oh, the first Berserker. Yeah, that game is dope. I don't have it myself. I kept telling people about it. I'm like, you guys, this game is gonna be the shit when it comes out, and I was right. All right, let me see. What did I miss? Stop it. No. There we go. I'm getting used to the new setup. I probably shouldn't, but I'm gonna. No, absolutely. Take it off and stream. As long as I hit my hours during the week and my times are effectively covered, I'm fine. Yeah, I have to like put in for like I think an hour. I'm short this week because I had to. I'm getting gutters put on, ship lost, so I had to meet with the roofer guys. So some days I'm just like, let's work till 9 a.m. From work 9 a.m. to 1 a.m. But that's rare that I'll do that. Yeah. I'm due for another couple of them soon. Oh boy. I didn't play the network test. Ah, okay, sure. Yeah. I didn't watch much of it either. I'm excited to play it. Hell yeah. It runs off of something similar to tile sets from Warframe. So it's randomized. Yep. But the network test was using a very specific set of tiles. Right. Because there's going to be, like, we only had access to Limveld. And it was only the map, but it was different. You didn't always have the same people in the same spots, and the same layout wasn't like the layout wasn't exactly the same. So they did variations, maybe probably like 3 or 5, who knows, maybe 4, just to keep it fresh and get different feedback. And I know they had an issue with the PlayStation people, but like I didn't have an issue at all on the Xbox, not at all. Um Bows have infinite arrows, so I'm fucking excited to do a bow only night raid run. Yeah, so speaking of the bow, the Iron Eye, oof, I can't wait to play that class, especially with what I have seen from the showcase with what I am able to do because I'm a big Archer fan. That's why I was like kind of bummed like, oh man, shooting arrows in Elden Ring is kind of difficult for me because well at least it wasn't like a okay like here's my weapon, it's more of like a secondary for me. It's tactical, it's stealthy. But this character, their main is a bow, and then they have a short dagger or a short sword or something like that. Kind of reminds me of the sword, that spellcasting sword that changes in Dark Souls 3. It gets bigger. It's like a magic shit. I love that sword. I fucking love that dagger. It's like a long stiletto of some sort. Um, but it kind of reminds me of that. And it's like all but and like this is gonna be a little spoilery earlier, but I think it'll get you more excited. You know how you can grease your weapons in Elden Ring? But you can't grease your bow. Well, you can grease your bows in this game. And that, I think, is fucking fantastic because you have bows that do the thing. But now instead of getting specific bows, you can grease. I mean, you have arrows that have like rot and poison and this and that and frost. You have those that you can craft, but this is a fast paced game, so wouldn't it be easier to just grease your fucking bow? And now, whatever arrows you got, it's just gonna be that maybe it'll stack. What if you have blood and you fucking made your bow grease and fire? Now you got a flaming bloody fucking arrow flying at you. Know what I mean? Like that makes more sense because you do not have time to craft like that in this game. Oh man, I'm ungodly hyped to play Duchess. Really, that Duchess is good, man. Duchess is good. She is fire. That fucking her abilities, they're right up your alley. But I think you'll also have fun with Iron Eye, and the Recluse looks fun. It's just again another squishy character, and it's very much a supportive character, like marking an enemy so that we can all attack it, and we all get bonuses from that because it's marked and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of cool things, but oh my god, the Executioner and Iron Eye are the ones I really want to play because they're the only two that I didn't get to play in the network test. They weren't available. I'm almost hoping that they don't release an overview, a showcase rather, for the Executioner, even though they've done it for everyone else. Well, the doll, they haven't had a showcase. They just released the picture and then they put her in the trailer the overview trailer. So she doesn't have a showcase either. So the doll, what does she call a revenant? She's a revenant. The revenant doll and the executioner are the only two that don't have a showcase, and I'm super excited about that because I think that a lot of people are gonna just want to learn how to do shit and spend time. Like I spent in the network test, they had a practice training room, which I'm guessing they're gonna have for this too, because that just makes more sense to have it in the main game, where you could practice fighting. Because in the round table you can't use your weapons, but outside there's a little alcove where you could use your weapons, you could change your character, you can try out stuff. So I fucked around in there while I was watching Grin stream, who that was footage of playing earlier, by the way. While he was streaming some invasions while we were talking about stuff being goofy and Night Rain. And I was telling him like, yeah, you can practice in here, and then there's a puppet like from Riley Lucaria puppets, those psychotic ones that's on the ground, and you can wake it up by touching it, and it will awaken slowly, and then you can engage in combat with it and try out all the things that you tried out without fighting anybody. I loved the idea of the training room. I know they've added other stuff, but that was fucking phenomenal. Then the altar is inside the round table. But that room is like, yes. It's like once you jump down in round table hole in the main game and you jump down and you kill the invader there, and you can jump down again in that room and practice all kinds of shit in there. You don't have anybody to fight, of course, but you can see the moveset. You can see what it looks like. You can see, whether that's viable. Maybe that's too slow. Maybe I got to lose some equipment load and maybe it's faster. Like, that was a brilliant thing that not a lot of people took advantage of. I did. The moment I found a place inside the round table hole where I could practice and I wasn't like at risk of dying from a stray something or other, like a goddamn dragonfly, I was very happy about that. And I spent a lot of time just practicing there with things that I was trying to figure out. Let's see. Except maybe like 4. Okay, whoa. Let's see. Infinite bows, arrows. Is so fucking excited. Okay. Sekiro character is going to be super fun too, Shirley says. Yes. What level is the character going to stay at? What, my PvP? 88. 24. Okay, so every single level should be in HP. No. It's a level 24 now. I'm going to stop at 88. And I talked to a few people, Grin included. Let me know if you agree. I at the level of the weaponry, so at 88, because it's in such a weird pocket, they were like, well, if you go to 90, you could be this. I'm like, no, it's a gimmick thing. I'm gonna stay at level 88. So it says 17 and 7 would be proper and ideal for that, to not only do damage but not to be, not to be under or over, just be right in that pocket. So I was like, oh, all right. And I asked around and people said the same thing. I didn't ask them I didn't ask them, are these numbers right? I asked them, what numbers would you say? And they've all said the same thing, 17 and 7. Like, you could go 15 to 17 and your somber max should be +7. And I said, okay, you got it. Except maybe like 4. I've played every Souls game, bow only for my first playthrough. Really? Shalier. This is madness. This madness. Okay, I gotta plug my phone back in. These are done. All right, cool. Fully agree. Less than 2 dang weeks. I know. Okay, 17 to 7. Thank you. The aquamarine dagger. Yes, I adore that weapon. It's so good. All spoilers are fine. Okay, I've been bitching about bows not being greasable. Right? That was one of the first things I noticed, because you can't grease your shields either, but you have ay carajo, what is it? It's that magic buff shit that you can blue. It's like a magic shield. I know it's that sorcery, and there's like magic grease for weapons, but there's no grease for shields except that magic buff. That's basically the magic grease. But there are no greases for the bows because they allow you to craft the arrows for them. And I was like, yes, that makes sense. An open world crafting, you have more time, you can sit, you can be somewhere. This fast-paced of a game as Night Rain's going to be, there's no time for that. I need to get a bow or grease that works on anything. Shields, bows, whatever. If I want to fucking put my shield aflame and punch somebody in the face with it, I should. Or make a grease that the shield will protect against holy, blood, poison. That shield grease. They have shield grease. I know we have shield grease in the game. So, like, what the fuck? But that shield grease is one thing. It just buffs the shit. Like, no. Make it specific. Hey, I picked up a shield grease that protects against fire. Oh, okay. Because I don't know if we'll be able to give players stuff. Like we drop things in the main game and in the DLC. If we have time, we can drop things, but we don't need to do that because whatever you pick up, you can only carry like 3 of a kind of thing. It's kind of like Apex Legends and so on and so forth, where you can only have this, and this. So I can only carry like if I have daggers, I can't have kukuris, or if I have bone darts, I can't have crystal darts. Like, there are different kinds of substitutes for the like kind weaponry. So like, I don't know if they'll let you carry more than one kind of grease. It just goes bing and it drops away, and then the other people in your group can go, oh, let me see your thing. That's how it is. So it's not so much like, let me drop this for you. We don't have time for that playing this game. We got to pick up stuff. I want it, I don't want it, and then go. Like, I picked up a rot axe, and that carried me all the way to day fucking 2's boss. And I found it at day 1. You don't know what's going to happen. Much love on the shouty. You got it, Detroit. So that's hype, yes. Greasing the string makes perfect sense. Right. Fully agree. I also can't infuse my bows, which is actually a personal attack against me. Gem them all up with fucking glintstones. Imagine a glintstone bow. Oh, let's go. Bing. That would be so cool. I still want my trident. I had to listen to, I was editing all the the past stuff, which is why my YouTube is full of fucking highlights from the backlog. I've been doing this thing while Twitch is like, we're going to dump your shit. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, man, I want to see some tridents. Moog is the only one, and it's classified as a spear. And I'm like, but it says in the description, plain as day, it's a trident. It's like, why is there only one? What? That's against me. That's an attack against me, Shalia. Like, I want more tridents. Imagine being able to grease up a fucking trident and doing triple ba, ba, ba. Every hit is 3, pa, pa, pa. Oh my God. Just with anything. I could grease it with anything. That's what I want. I want that shit. It wasn't in the DLC. Maybe it'll be a Night Rain. Maybe. I don't know. Oh my God. Okay. So the DLC spell Glintstone Nail. Give me that as an Ash of War. Glintstone Nail. I think so. The one that just like bing, 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 or it just sends out a whole bunch of glintstones out, kind of like that burst, like the Crystallians have. I don't know. I haven't, Shalir. I would love to beat the DLC. I am in 2 separate places. Actually, I'm in a few places. In one of my games, I'm at like Dragon Peak, where like you have to do it solo, and I thought I was smart. I lost a shit ton of runes because of this. I was like, okay, I'm gonna let the 2 dragons fight, and then I'm gonna go in there and kill this dragon. The fucking dragon killed me 2 hits of its tail. I was dead. I was like, they want me to do this by myself? Okay. I'm literally maxed out. This character is level 713. And I got killed in 2 tail swipes. What the fuck am I gonna do? I gotta go farm for supplies now. I gotta go see if I can hit it with Rancor pots or something. Like, what the fuck? Like, I left those rooms. I said, fuck that. I'm not dealing with that. But then I have another character. I think it's on the Xbox, where I have to go drain the water from the church, and I didn't know I was playing with Flamingo. And we're going, and I took him away, and he's like, I don't have this grace. And he took me away, and I'm like, I don't have this grace. And I'm like, oh shit. So he falls to his death where he's supposed to jump. And I'm like, oh, so we didn't know that was the right way. I looked it up. Turns out he was literally right there. He just fell. So I said, okay, I have to go get that. But I kept falling, jumping over to the broken part of the church and just falling to my death right there where all the little fucking crabs are on the roofs because I suck at parkour in this game. And I'm like, I don't want to waste a talisman, a sacrificial branch. So I left, spent all my runes, then came back, and then I did it. And I was like, son of a bitch. Fine. And then we went the other way. And I'm like, no, this leads to the back way into Shadow Keep. And he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, Flamingo, you didn't do this? You go this way leads back into, it's the area of Shadow Keep that you can't get to. Like, I still haven't gotten that purple glowy on that body. Like, there's a body that's like, oh, you have to fall on it. I haven't figured out how to get that yet. So I know that glowy's there. Just like I haven't figured out how to get the purple glowy in when you go to, when you're on your way to the Lake of Rot. But first you're like, in the ancient dynast area, as they like to call it, Elden John. You go through there first, and then you go into the cloister. And that whole maze, I couldn't remember how I got to the Lake of Rot. And then I still couldn't find it. So I had to watch a video to figure out, like, apparently there's an elevator. Like, I'm like, wait, what? What? I don't remember. I didn't. I got it for footage that I never used. Because there's a lot of shit down there in that cloister. Leading to the Lake of Rot. There, if you look on the walls, like there's so much in the architecture. There are reliefs. There are people. Like, there's shit down there, and I'm like, damn, this is from when the Dynast was running around. So, like, this ties into Siofria and Ansel. So I went a little fucking deep dive in that, but I couldn't remember how to just get regularly to the Lake of Rot. I kept going around in a loop. So in Shadow Keep, I went around in a loop because Flamingo died, and I kept going, and I realized, oh yeah, I'm back at Shadow Keep. And he's like, wait, what? So we went through it again. I was like, well, I gotta go. I'm gonna leave it here. When we figure out how to, get to where we're going, where I need to go next, we'll do it, because I've already been down there. I did everything there except drain the water because I didn't know how to do it. And that was when I was playing with Yukon, and that was like at the end of our stream. So I had just left there. I saved there. And then when I played again, I was like, where the fuck am I? I had no, because I don't get to play often. Ash of War for a bow. I want an arrow to go through the air like that. Gotta level up that Shadow blessing. Listen. My Shadow blessing is blessed. It's just, it's not strong enough for no dragons right now. Like, I was able to kill that ghost dragon. I think both my ghost dragons are dead now, I think. Maybe in only one of my games. But the ghost dragon that's fighting the Mesmer soldiers, dude, I was able to fucking attack that thing while it was fighting the soldiers, and it was whittled down to a little over half, a quarter health, and then it killed all the soldiers, and I was able to fucking kill it. And I was like, okay, this is what the game is showing me. It's showing me, like, use your surroundings more. A lot of people kind of miss that. PvPers caught that real quick in Elden Ring, but a lot of players for PvE missed that. Whereas I, coming from Dark Souls 3, I was like, oh, especially Dark Souls 2, the environment, you gotta use it to your advantage. Believe me, it's gonna help you. Some of the designs look like it's there to take you out, but if the benefit of being able to die and come back to life is that you know where this motherfucker's gonna be hiding now, and now you can use I use the environment to my advantage so much in Elden Ring. Like, it's rare that I'll fall off by accident because I didn't know where my spacing was or where, like, how much distance I have to that. There have been some near misses where I'm like, oh, and then I thought that was a long drop and it turned out to be still a part of the terrain. But now it's not as often where I'm just like, oh shit, I fell. Like, I was fighting this guy. Unless it's an elevator, it's not going to happen because of knowing your capacity with the environment around you. Like, what can you do and what can't you do? What do you have the capacity to do? What can you get away from? Like, I mean, look at the cheeses that they've got. They got the Kaled Knights Cavalry. That cheese still works. Just get them to fucking jump off. There's so many little gimmicks that you can do and exploits that you can do in these games. But like, that's the thing, is like, it's not that's not going to carry you through the game, and unless you have someone who is going to do that for you, you have to do it. Like, I've had so much fun playing this lore character whose name is Rex Argentum, which means King of Silver, or Silver King. Is the last silver tier to awaken, and he is the Night Lord, and he's going to claim that title from the Elden Ring if he has to rip that shit out. So like, that's where that is. But like, being in Limgrave and traversing and encountering all the different kinds of things that are there and overcoming either by myself or with friend, that was the experience that I was having the most fun with. Yeah, sure. Right now, do I want to take on Agheel? No, I don't. Do I want to do that? I do not. Dragons are fucking psychopaths. And Agheel is the least amount of my problems when it comes to the dragons in this game. I got the dragon talisman, so that's going to help immensely. But I have gotten everything I possibly could, except, I believe, maybe, I'm going to look at the map again. I'm pretty sure I got everything in Limgrave, not counting Weeping. I didn't go there. But I want to make sure. The last catacomb I found was Death Touch Catacombs. I don't know if there's a cave I missed. I went into the Limgrave tunnel. I did patches, and I also, Yukon, if you're listening, I did get the second emo from patches, so I know I'm correct. This is like the third time I've done it. I will show you. If anything, I'll explain it, but I will find a video to show you how to do it. Yukon's trying to get all the emotes, and I'm like, you may miss one. Because patches gives it to you, and you make sure he's still alive. He goes back to the cave. You can still do it. Because, like, I haven't opened the chest because I didn't want it to mess up my game. I haven't gone outside. My main goal with this character is to actually pull off Rodriguez. Like, in Limgrave. My main goal in Limgrave is to pull off Rodriguez's quest, find the chrysalids that are in that pile of bodies surrounded by dogs in Stormvale, and go back to her and complete that quest. That is what I want. That is like a personal mission of mine, which is why I've kind of just spent time, I'm farming runes. I want to clear out Patches' shop so that I don't have to worry about it when he moves. I want to go to the nomadic merchants and buy the rest of their stuff. And I need to go farm equipment. I'm sorry, crafting materials for this crucible. I know he's weak to fire. I know they're weak to this. I know it's more like I have to get the pattern down and the fear out because they're heavy hitters. That dude hits me twice, I'm dead. I'm level 24 and I have a +3 everything. I can't attack him with the dual wielding shamshears because of the fact, and they're both +3 now, because of the fact that it, while I'm in my animation, it takes too long to get out of it, and my damage is not doing enough to stop him from attacking. And if I'm attacking and then he attacks, I'm gonna get hit. Yeah, he takes the hit, but his health bar is massive compared to mine. So I don't want to, it's the whole thing about that Crucible Night is like when I was doing when I streamed and I got stuck at the same place with it was either Akko Medina or it was Angelique, those two characters. I can't remember which one, but I got there and I was like, I can't do. I don't remember the Crucible Night being this hard. Then I looked through and I'm like, I guess I must have come back here way later. Like way later. Because I was like, he drops the tail thing. And I think I had the horns before that because I was using them on Melania. I don't know if I had the tail. I'm like, oh shit, I probably did come back here and find him way late. And that's why I don't remember him being so fucking difficult. Patches has 4 emotes to give. Right. I have the first 2. The one where when you fight him and he gives up and you stop attacking him, he gives you the emote. Then when you come back and you fight him again, what I do is I fight him because he comes and attacks me. Then I stop attacking him when he gives up and he gives me the emote. I talk to him, buy shit if I can. I leave. I come back and I go and attack him again. Then I use the same emo he gave me the first time back at him, and then he stops attacking or he kills you. When I did it this time, he killed me. I've done it 2 other times where he didn't, but that's because I'm a low level. If I had like more life, I think I'd be okay. Because I had to do the emote twice. I did it the first time and it didn't go, and then I did it the second time and it went. And he stopped attacking me, but he had already swung his sword. So he swung and then went back to walking away. And then that hit killed me. But the emote popped up. So I have that emote. I don't know how to get that like squat one. And I don't remember what the other one is. But I never got the squat one. Is that like a Volcano Manor thing, I think? Because I've never actually found patches in every place. Like my very first playthrough, totally missed that fucking cave. Totally missed it. Went back later. That's where his bell bearing was. When I had another character, I did the cave. I had known about the emotes, so I did that. And then I didn't find him at Lunaria of the Lakes. Like he still didn't show up, even though I was following the steps. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do wrong? I always fight him, get chest teleported, fight him again, do his quest, then return to the cave for the squad. Okay, so let me ask you a question. If I complete Stormveil, because my plan, I don't have to complete Stormveil to do the Chrysalis quest line for Rodrika. I just have to find it and then either get to a Grace or teleport out to her at Stormhill Shack, give it to her, and then I can always go back there. I don't have to finish, because I think if I beat Godric and leave, because again, as long as you don't go out, you're okay. If I beat him and then leave, it might work too. But if I beat him and leave and go to Lunaria of the Lakes, I believe Patches then moves. And I didn't open the chest the first time. And I didn't open it this time because I didn't want it to mess up my game. Once I get the Chrysalis quest done, I can let him teleport me. I can take the gate to Gronk. I can do all that shit and not have to worry about it. I've already fought I talked to D. I fought the Summoner Timia in Summoner Water Village. Like, again, I've done everything except kill Agheel and kill that Crucible Knight and then do Stormveil. Margit. I have to fight Margit. That's where I am in my game right now. Margit, I got the Grace, the secluded cell right there. Agheel's left. And the Crucible Knight in the Stormhill Everjail is left. Hello, Ori. What is up? Happy Saturday. Welcome, welcome. Do, 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 do. I hope you're having a good one.